through the midnight mist. Engines hum with electric twist. Steel and thunder, shadows wake. Tires carve the asphalt's quake. Steel, it's pulsing in our veins. Fuel ignites the wide terrain. Fuel ignites the wide terrain. Till the wind we can erase. Fly through fire and steel, chasing every bloody thrill. Break the limits, burn the wheel. We own the speed, we own the wheel. Nitro pulses in our veins, lightning carving through the lanes. Circuit bends and heartache sprays. Lost in speed, we find our place. Turbines roaring in the night, with a glaze of neon light. We fly through fire and steel, chasing every bloody thrill. Break the limits, burn the wheel. We own the speed, we own the wheel. In the blur we see the truth. Speed's our guide, our only proof. We fly through fire and steel, chasing every bloody thrill. Break the limits, burn your wheel. We own the speed, we own the wheel. cubes surge within. Rubber burns like fire on blackened skin. Chasing apex shadows through the mist. Every heartbeat's wired to the twist. The throttle open, adrenaline glides. One more corner, counting down the time. We ride, we fly. The tarmac calls our name. Speed of light through curves that spark the flame. Tarmac calls our name. Speed of light through curves that spark the flame. In the blur we're free, unleashed inside the night. Liquid dreams ignite. Take over with the fight. In the slipstream we collide. Shadows bend where secrets hide. Lost in the rush, undenied. Ride the wave, electrify. Rev it up, let every circuit blaze. Racing lines define these nights and days. When the bass descends like thunder rolling in, we transcend the limits, born to begin. Echoes linger in the midnight air. Tomorrow's start waits somewhere there.
Hello out there, folks. Be with you shortly.
Carbon fiber trees and drive. Push the limit, press and soar.
Just going to be having a look today at the new 0.5 update for AC EVO. Controversial one. Well, AC EVO controversial all over the place at the moment. But we'll be having a look at some of the new cars and maybe explore some of the online stuff, see how everything's feeling, see what's going on with what they've put in the patch notes about new track technology, live track technology improvements, things like that.
Push the limit, press and soar.
Just getting loaded up here and making sure everything's working properly.
Carbon fiber trees and drive.
Takes a while to get AC EVO loaded up. It's a bit of a slow loader. Do bear with. I think we're just about there.
Carbon fiber trees and drive.
Okay. Looks promising.
Carbon fiber trees and drive.
Okay. Right, okay. So I found out what I need to do. Let's say hello. And here we go. Hello. Sorry that you're looking at a dark screen. Let me just turn the music down here. So, turns out I'm going to have to, the reason you're looking at a blank screen at the moment, apart from my ugly mush and the rest of the screen being blank, is because AC EVO doesn't let you, well, it sometimes lets you tab to something else externally of AC EVO, but sometimes it doesn't. So I'm going to have to load it up again. Here we go. Okay, let's see if we get something on screen. So we got about, let's have a look now. I think it was something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 new cars to look at, 2 tracks. Okay, there we go. It is loading up. Okay. So, yeah. Let's have a look at this itinerary here. We've got the Audi Sport Quattro, which is new. The BMW M2. Coupe G87. There's 2 variants of that. We've got the Caterham 458 CSR. 3 variants of that. Dallara EXP. Porsche 911 GT3 992, 2 variants of that. Toyota AE86 Sprinter Torino, 4 variants of that. I'm sure the drifters will be happy to see that one in the game. Volkswagen Golf GTI Mark 1, which is what we're looking at the moment. And as you can see, I've already customised mine because it only comes in grey and black. So I've put mine in blue with orange wheels. And we've got the Paul Ricard circuit, 4 different layouts of it, and Watkins Glen, 4 different layouts of it, all laser scanned. So, plenty to be looking at there. If you're watching and you're in the chat, do say hello. And I'm gonna, I think I'm gonna take this for a spin. Just see first of all. Oh, it's letting me alt tab now. That's nice. Well, not exactly alt tab. Right, let's get into single player. Obviously now we don't have the career mode. What do you all think of that out there? That's I know that's caused a lot of controversy. A lot of people quite upset about that. It's a sad thing to hear. I'm not massively too bothered about career mode, but it would be nice. But it does look like we've got Sebring coming as well. If you look at the last trailer, there's a little glimpse of Sebring in it, so that looks like it's coming at some point. And yeah, let's get into single player, and we'll go and have a look at Watkins Glen and see what this Golf is like. So let's load it up. Yeah, yeah, the way it's all going, it's I don't know which direction they're looking to go in now. It seems like they might have slightly changed direction. I know we've still got the free roam stuff going on. I think what they're doing, by the sounds of it, when they're talking, I've read in the patch notes that what they're looking at doing, or what they have done with this version, and will be working on in next versions, is there was quite an extensive bit about the live track technology, and having basically more layers to that, more gradient to the way the rubber's laid down, better dispersion of water from the tyres, that sort of thing. And they're looking to get that also properly synced across multiplayer, so everyone, you know how if any of you play AMS2, how sometimes in the past during development some people have joined a server and they've got the track at a certain level of grip and someone else has got it at a different level because there's been issues with it all linking up properly in multiplayer. That's what they're looking to do at the moment in this. That seems why they've slowed down bringing out things like the Eiffel free roam map, the career mode, that sort of thing. I think what they might be doing is trying to get that all sorted so when they do bring free roam out, when anyone joins, everyone's on the same page. It must be quite a complicated thing to do when people are joining across servers. Anyway, so let's have a look at this car. What have we got? It's not going to be a lot to adjust. Tyre pressures, a little bit of toe on the front. That's it. Obviously no electronics. And nothing else is adjustable. Proper old road car. Only fuel. What kind of tyres have we got? We've got road and eco. And we've got 30 litres of fuel in there. So let's go with 30 litres of fuel in there. And I'm going to turn the music off if no one minds. Right. Like I said, if you are watching in chat, do, you know, say hello. Hello, Plugcat. Yes, I know. Unfortunately not in this version, so it seems. Yeah. So, it's just 7 new cars, 2 new tracks. And as I was saying, you know, this whole getting the weather system and live track technology sorted across servers. So let's take it out. So manual stick in this car. Let's get in and drive it. So a friend of mine had one of these. We've also got free roam cameras. I haven't set, before I take the car out, because they've put in free roam cameras, let's see if we can operate those at all from the controls. Camera. How do we make free roams F7? Right, so let's see if that's working already. F7. Oh, that's a bit weird. That's what free roam does. Okay. Ah, there we go. Ah, so that's weird. Free roam is a bit odd. Right, I can't quite look around. Right, so have to sort out some more settings for that. Let's have a look. Camera, free roam, onboard, up, down, up, slow, fast, left, right, forward, back. Oh, that's going to be too much of a faff. I'll set that up at another time, I think. But yeah, free roam's now available. So let's get this old jalopy started up. Oh yes! Yes, Plugcats, you did have the Quattro. Have you tried it out yet? Have you tried out the EVO update? Have you tried the Quattro? And for anyone watching here, Plugcats is a very good friend of mine. And he really did have a Quattro. So I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on how that thing handles and drives. So, let's do it. This is of the old GTI, and there we go. Oh, there we go. Bit of a steering bug straight away there. The force feedback didn't cut in straight away. Obviously, we're still in early access here. Frames per second, 52 at this new track. That's interesting. Only 50 frames per second. Let's just see what we've got in settings. I'm sure this is all set up as it was last time I was in here. Yeah. It's a new version of DLSS as well. I don't know if it's any better. Let's put that down to balance and see if we get anything better in terms of performance. UI is very janky. It takes a long time to switch between things. It's just hanging there. There we go. Right, have we got any more frames per second now then? Wow. That's made, so that's unbalanced. That's now 53 frames per second. 52, 51, 52. So, looks like changing the DLSS ain't doing much. So, change it back to quality. I'm just giving you everything here as honestly as I can. So just giving you an honest representation of how it's running, how it's doing. 50 frames per second. Not much difference between, about probably 5 FPS difference between quality settings in DLSS and balanced. Obviously I'm running OBS at the same time. I've got web pages open because obviously the stream's running. 48, 47. So straight away, it's not. It's. I'm running on the settings I had it when I had this last open, so it's and I could have 60 frames per second with loads of cars on track. Has the resolution changed? Let's just have a look. Settings, video. No, it is running at the custom resolution I've got it set to. I'm going to just try, before we go any further, I'm going to try a quick restart. So this section of the stream, I guess, is going to be, you know, about performance, and then we'll actually get into the driving of it. Just had a Project Motor Racing update. What's that, Plodcats? Let's open it up again. Can we right. Is there anything we can get rid of here to improve performance? Right, let's try that again. Oh. No. I'm going to try minimising everything in the background, minimising OBS, everything, to give AC EVO the best chance that it's got. Yeah, Plodcats, what's the Project Motor Racing update then? What's that all about? I was listening to Gamer Muscle earlier, who had a look at EVO in his stream earlier today. And he was saying that he quite enjoys He quite likes the way that Project Motor Racing drives, especially some of the more vintage content. Which is good to hear. He did mention a problem with that. Can't remember what he said. Right, okay, so it's reading 60 frames per second. Now, let's see. I think it might be better because I took my frames per second limiter off of a CEVO just for a test a while back, and I think it does actually run better with the limiter on. So here we go, let's see. So don't discount the performance just yet, could just be that setting. Not running completely on low, I'm running on custom graphics, mate. Custom. But yeah, nothing on super high. I can show you if you like. I'll do that just before we get in the car. We'll try it on the Eco tyres, and then we'll try it on those road tyres, see what the difference is. Look at these loading times. I mean, this EVO is still installed on the HDD on my machine rather than the SD, because I'm not using it a lot at the moment, AC EVO for online. So, but even on SSD, this would have some. This has got long loading times. It's not really much difference. So settings for you Plodcats and anyone else that wants to know. So obviously I've got no vertical sync on, and I've got, even though my native screen resolution is 3440 by 1440, you'll see that I've actually got it scaled to 294 by 224 by 24 to 1224, because I'm using Nvidia image scaling, so that makes me scale that down without losing a lot of quality. But these are the graphics settings. So DLSS is on quality, multi-sampling's off, FXAA is on, anthroposcopic filtering is low, level of details low. Yeah, lots of stuff on medium or low. But then again, I do have the mirrors set on a high resolution, so that could help us out if we don't get good frames. Let's have a look. Getting in the car. What's it saying? 56 frames per second, 58. Start her up. Use a little bit too much throttle there. Yeah, currently sitting at about 55 frames per second. No, this is exactly the same as it was when I started earlier. 55 should be just about alright on an old card like mine, but the thing is, I don't know if it's the DLSS version, it just doesn't. I mean, I can play sims at 55 frames per second and they look smooth. This doesn't look smooth. I remember for ages I had this problem with ACC. You could play at 60 frames per second, but it wouldn't look like a smooth 60 frames per second. I can't remember what I did to sort that out. By the way, is my microphone audible above the car engine? Wow, look at this. This has got so much body roll. So much body roll. And quite understeery, which Well, I suppose that's quite accurate for a Golf. My old mate's Golf was anything to go by. All feels fairly intuitive. Car does feel quite sluggish. Lots of dive under braking. Right, we got all the mirrors on. That might be what's slowing these frame rates down. Actually looks better on the stream than it does on my screen here. Oh, hang on. Would you turn your... Sorry, I'm trying to read the screen and drive at the same time. Would you turn yourself up or game down? Yes, okay. So... How could you hear me above the car at all there, Plodcats, or was it just a little bit too loud? Or I'm going to take it down by 20%. You let me know how that is. How's that now? Is that any better? Is that better? You can hear my voice a little bit better above the engine of the car. This track is now reminding me of the Big Lebowski because we've just gone under a big sign saying, let's go bowling. Yeah, fuck it, dude, let's go bowling. Turn the car down, it's still loud. It's still loud, okay. We'll go down to 60%. There we go, that should be better. Yeah, no, I'm not going to turn it down. I'm not going to turn the graphics down to low because what I'm going to do... Oh, hang on a minute. Up to horizon movement on 80, dash cam factor. All that. Right, what I'm going to do is come to settings, go to the video. There's only one. Everything pretty much is on low. It's like having the low preset, but with a few caveats. I'm going to turn the mirrors down a bit. Number of dash displays. Set the desired number of dash display renders in the car. For the what? I don't know what this is. Dash display. Max number of dash display renders in the car. Max 1. Let's see what that does. Let's see what it does. So, well, that's turned all of the mirrors off. No virtual mirror. Doesn't seem to have improved the graphics. Settings. Graphics. Don't want all the mirrors off. Single apply. Motion blur quality. Motion blur off. There we go, might have found something there. Let's have a look. Maybe there's a motion blur making things look a bit weird as well. No. Crikey, this car's sluggish. Poor little thing. Yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to get much better performance than that, I'm afraid. Everything pretty much is on low, mate. I do like the feeling of the brakes in this. I've always liked the feeling of the brakes in, as in the way they transition from you're braking, tires are chugging. Oh, now they're starting to hit the edge. Now they're locking up. I like the feeling of that in AC and even in ACC. I know a lot of people have problems with the brakes. People saying you just go flat to the floor when you're using the ABS. Some people say the ABS system is a bit too, you know, you always go too far into it. But if you actually turn the brakes off, I like I can feel where the brakes are starting to, you know, if they lock, I can come back and stop them from locking. And the feeling up until then feels good as well. Still 53 frames per second, 54, 55. I would have thought this update would have, you know, brought some optimization to the graphics, would have made it better. I'm trying to keep everything as it was so it's a fair comparison, so I know for myself how the graphics was compared to how I had it. I don't want to turn, yeah, I can't turn that off because I'm using this, so that's always as it is. Antigraphic filtering, I could turn that down, but that's going to be to do with my video card memory, which is fine, so that's not going to make any difference. All of these are on low. Max cars are on 20, because that's what I found I could race with, but there's no other cars on track, so that won't make any difference. These are all down as low as they'll go. Shadows, we're not looking at many shadows here. Screen space shadows. Enhance realism of lighting by adding detailed dynamic shadows to objects. And again, this improves shadow accuracy and smaller details. Half resolution. Let's try turning that off. Grass density. I don't want that off. I want a little bit of grass. Sorry, I was watching Game of Muscle earlier, and I know his thoughts on grass. And that's basically everything's in low. So what have I changed there? We took off the motion blur. Depth of field quality low. That's the post-processing. Field quality. Depth of field quality off. We could try that. We've taken screen space, shadows out. Let's see what if anything that does. So we were averaging about 55. Because I've got things lower than the preset, mate. I've mucked around with this so many times. Right, excuse me whilst I nearly bright up the engine. Okay, 57, 56, 57. Yeah, it doesn't make much difference. We've gained about 2 FPS. Gained about 2 FPS. But I'll go with your idea. We'll go for the low preset. It's not going to make any difference, I don't think. So preset, custom, very low, custom, very low indeed. See, it just sets it pretty much to what we've got. Apply. I'm going to give your idea a go, see what happens. How's it going to look now? How's it going to look? And it's taking ages to implement that. Right. Oh! Oh, I think we might have just got an improvement. Well done there, mate. Back. Back. Resume. Ha ha ha! 60 frames per second. 58 frames per second. 59, 60. Well, by doing that, we have gained. We've now got totally pixelated mirrors. And very bad draw distance with the mirrors. But we have gained. So we went up from 55 to about 57. Yeah, it's now gone to 55, 54. 50. Yeah, it's not made any difference. Apart from at certain places it gets just up to 60. 57, it's gained us maybe a couple more FPS, so it's made a difference of 2 or 3 FPS. Oh well, that's fine. Anyway, it should be perfectly smooth at this setting. It's just, I don't know, it looks weird. ACC was like this for a while. Anyway, oh, understeering, 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 understeering. There's any car damage. Why is my car widget showing the windows on one side and not on the other? What happens if I crash on this? I want to get rid of the windows. Does that mean I've damaged the windows? No, it changes colour. So the car widget there is a bit bugged. That's another thing we've discovered. Let's go restart this session. And right, that's as far as we're going with all of that. Is there? I've got a pit limiter. I've got a pit limiter in a Golf GTI road car. There we go. And that limits it to 58 kilometers per hour, which is about 35, 36 miles per hour, 37 maybe. So up to 130 kilometers per hour, around 100. So let's just concentrate on the car. Oh, it's so wallowy, so understeery, it's crazy. Does feel quite balloony. I wonder if that's through the force feedback and also through the... There's a lot going on with the sort of motion of the car. It's moving around. I'm not sure if I like that. Let's see what we can do with the view settings. Motion. Lock to horizon. Yes, it's locked to horizon. I don't like lock to horizon. Movement's at 80. Bonnet factor, that's got nothing to do with this view. Let's see. That's better. I had blooming lock to horizon. What's this circle here? What's that? So I am still getting a little bit of front to back movement when I move and accelerate. If you can see that, you can see the wing mirror getting further away and closer when I brake. That's all I need. I don't need all of that look to horizon stuff. I don't like that. I don't get motion sickness. Hello there, SMG Music. That circle is your radar. Yeah, why does it come up when I put my mouse in the middle? Should only ever come up when there's other cars on the track. But nice one for pointing that out. We'll find that out, well, we'll explore that more, I guess, when we go online a little bit later. So understeer, it really is. Just wondering any way I can make this steering feel better. It's Okay, there we go. Not exactly locking up there, just tugging a bit. Now if I come up the throttle and turn in, it's got a little bit of turn in, but it is very understeery, but my mate's whole golf was. Does feel... Oh, there you go. You can lose it if you want. There we go. Love it. Until that moment, it feels very comfortable. It feels quite soggy and balloony, like a road car. Quite wallowy. I mean, my Ford Focus feels like that, but it feels like it's got quite low tyre pressures. Yeah, it does feel proper road car. Oh, I see. Right. The you can move your radar. Right, let's have a look at that. Oh yeah, you can. Ah, oh my God. Do you know what doing that does though? If you try and do that whilst you're driving, you lose steering. I just lost all the steering for a minute. Let's see if we can do that again. I'll slow down. Yeah, as soon as I do that, I lose the steering for a few seconds. And it comes back. Wow. Let's try and put in a lap on these tyres. I'm not expecting a big difference in lap times with tyres. Wow, with road car speeds and road car widths, these tracks just do feel like a motorway. They're huge. And you do get that sort of motorway zone out that you do when you're driving on it actually feels quite slow on a normal motorway when you're doing 70. Just because they're so huge, it feels quite slow, doesn't it? You know what I mean. Curves feel good. The noise from the curb as well was good. I get a little bit of... If I come up the throttle, I get a little bit of turning and then it settles right out in this car. Just sort of suddenly grips up and... But under braking, gotta get more turning. Yeah, under braking, it wants. With lift off, I can get more turning than I can with braking. And I think in this car, you got most of the braking done in a reasonably enough straight line. See what happens if I overpower the fronts a bit. Tries to pull, but hasn't got the torque. Yeah, under braking, it wants to understeer off the track. Don't know why I changed gear from third to fourth there. Senior moment. Ah, look at that body roll. Look at it. So wallowy. Right, one more lap on these tyres, and then I'm going to go for the road tyres. These being the eco tyres, we'll go for the road tyres, see what happens. Got the apex that time, there we go. Well, I've got to say, this laser scan version of Watkins Glen, even on the lowest graphics, does look great. It looks fantastic. I mean, oh, lock up. The sound is a bit cavernous, the sound. You know, it all feels like you're Feels like there's too much reverb on it, you know. If this car was a guitar, I would feel like someone had turned the reverb off on the amp just a smidge. So what's our best lap so far? Wow, nearly 3 minutes around this track. 2:47. Looks like we're going to be doing better than that by the looks of what the Delta's telling me. Going to be doing quite a lot better than that, actually. Could have used a bit more of the track there, I guess. Oh, gone a bit wide there. Can we pull it out, drag it out with a, yeah, exaggerated front wheel drive steer going on. So 2:45, right, okay. What happens if we put this car on a bit of a slide? Okay. Just before I change the tires, I'm just having a little bit of a play with the physics here. Yeah, that works. Okay, right, let's see what these road tyres are like on this car. Back to the pit lane. So, this is what I like, right? This is what I like about R Factor 2. I like this about ACC, and I like it about AEC EVO. And I can't believe, seeing as Le Mans Ultimate is built on the exact same engine as R Factor 2, that you can't do this now in LMU for some reason. You can click your lap time. So rather than just seeing your best lap time, and it just says lap time there, it doesn't say best, but you can click on that and it will show you all of your lap times, so you can get a good idea of an average. That was always so useful for me when testing in R Factor 2 and in ACC, but you can't do that now in LMU. That's one thing I want to see brought into LMU. So 2:45 is our best time, 2:45.2. Okay, so we want to change those tyres up now, see how they feel and see if they're better. So let's go and change those to road tyres. Apply. Back. And just before I do, I'm going to turn the light on because it's getting a bit dark in here. Oh, that's better. That's better. Okay. So just before I go out on track again, we need more if this car was a guitar comparisons in life. Yes, mate. Yes, mate. Absolutely. What way? If the Golf GTI was a guitar, what would it be? A battered old Squire Telecaster. Oh, hello. Who's that? John Suro. Hello, mate. No, I've not tried this in VR at all. I've not tried AC Evo in VR at all because I'm running on a 2070 Super. An old 2070 Super. So I have to use all sorts of tricks just to get this to run at 60 frames per second on a flat screen. So I use Nvidia image scale. So yeah, can't tell you about VR. And also my VR headset, unless I'm running something like AMS2, which runs really well, it's a Pimax, one of those big wide ones. So it's extremely hard to run on an old 2070. But I can put it into potato mode, and even though then it's still got a bigger FOV than, you know, some other headsets. But yeah, sorry, can't tell you about that. Anyone that can, though, you know, stick it in the comments. Help John Suro out. And, well, yeah, let us all know what you think of it in VR. Right, let's try out these road tyres. I've just turned the ignition off. Okay, I'm going to put the pit limiter in a road Golf GTI. Let's turn that off now. Stop being silly. Right, what's this going to feel like? Okay. Didn't expect that. The car instantly feels a bit faster. Have they got a better contact patch? Are they slightly bigger, these tyres? What's it like under braking? A lot better. Okay. It takes the takes the chicane immediately better. What's it like straight into this corner? Okay, folks, immediately there's a big difference between the Eco and the. It feels less wallowy as well. Even the gradualness of the sounds, it starts to tug for grip. Sounds different. Yeah, it takes a lot longer to get them to start to tug at that high pitch kind of sound. High pitched kind of sounds. Yeah, it's definitely an old telly. There is a big difference between Eco and road tyres, folks. Definitely. Huge difference. A lot more grip. If I still had an old 1980s hatchback and I changed my tyres from a really budget Eco set to whatever these are, they just call them road tyres in the games, but it feels like such a massive difference. And the Delta's saying it's a big difference as well. that little four cylinders struggling up the hill there, isn't it? It's so much grippier through the chicane. I mean, the Eco tyres there, they were just squealing through there and then they'd start sliding. They'd never do that speed, those eco tyres through there. Oh, don't get carried away, Paul. Bit too close to the grass there. Look at that, we're nearly 3 seconds up on the lap, for God's sakes. So we've got 2:45.2 to beat. And we did about 3 laps on that. Obviously I'm going to be better on my 4th lap anyway, just because I've done 4 laps of the track now. So there's that to take into account, but no way it would be this much. It's certainly not all down to me, it's these tyres. Oh my God, we've knocked the lap time down by over 5 seconds. So there we go, folks. There is a massive difference between the Eco and the road tyres. Thoughts on the Golf? Feels very safe. You know, quite understeery. But if I sit here at, you know, 100 kilometers per hour, what's that, about 50, 60 miles per hour? 50. It feels, you know, totally manageable. You can wallow in slow, but if you were to be stupid, take my foot off the accelerator completely and then let it go into a tank slapper, it will lose it properly. And let's see, as you'd expect with a front wheel drive car, if we get up to the same speed, do the same thing again. Just came off the accelerator to do that, to induce lift-off oversteer, which will help to induce a tank slapper. So back up to about 100, there we are. Can I pull it out by reapplying the throttle? So there we go, it's losing it. Yes, you can. That's exactly what you'd expect. Put the throttle back down and let's try it around here. Well, you've really got to swing it like a pendulum to upset it, though. But you can pull it out. Yeah, okay. Right, yeah, Golf, slow, sluggish, but quite safe. Yeah. Yeah, I like that, I think. But massive difference between those. I don't know, if before I leave this, I feel like I should just quickly, before I leave the Golf and go on to something else, I feel like I should go, because obviously I'm gradually, it's the first time driving this version of this track in this version of this car in this sim, so I'm going to get better every lap. I'm just going to go back to the vehicle setup, go back to the fuel, because I can't believe how much difference. I go back to the Eco tyres and just get one more timed lap with those, because I can't believe they're that much faster. I just want to check out, it's not a placebo effect that, you know, I'm just getting more used to everything encompassed in this sim. So one more lap, one more time lap in this, and then we move on to something else. By the way, if you're watching out there and you're new to the channel, if you're not subscribed and you think it's all right what I'm doing, you know, please maybe give us a like, give us a thumbs up. Anyone who's watching, if you could give us a thumbs up. I have no idea how it helps this channel, and if you can subscribe, even better, you know. When I'm doing a live stream, for anyone that is new to the channel, when I'm doing a live stream like this, things might take a while because I like to be quite thorough about things. You know, in a video, I'll obviously try and condense things down a bit more, but in a live stream, I like to go through everything quite thoroughly. I will get in a race later though, so you've got something a bit more exciting to look at. But if you're a bit nerdy about driving like I am, then hopefully you're enjoying it with thoroughness. But yeah, if you can put at least just give us a thumbs up on the video, that would be good. So let's see what happens when we do this. What will be the 5th timed lap, even though there's an out lap in between, which will technically make it 6, but so we got 240.668 to aim for. No, I swear I can't hit that corner as hard as I did with the road tyres. You can hear them tugging that much more in braking zones, and well, we'll see. We'll really see when we get to the chicane, because I know it's such a big difference there. Just can't believe they're that much faster. Trying to use as much curb there as I did last time on the eco tyres, on the road tyres. It's just understeering out more. My God, they really are a lot, so much faster, those road tyres. Right, so if you go getting in there, online races, everyone, and you've got the choice between the ecos and the road tyres, especially in this car, go road. Wow. I mean, obviously you would anyway, but just, you might not expect there to be hardly any difference on such a low powered car, and it only being eco or road tyres, not like eco to semi slicks. I mean, the change in these tyres, it's like they're bigger and fatter as size, you know. I might want to have a look and see if I can see from the exterior what it look, if they are actually wider when you put them on. Yeah, and we literally are like 4.5 seconds slower, so that was a 2:45 again. That's mad. That is crazy. Back to the pit lane. Look. I love this. Can we please have this in LMU? Can we please have being able to see every single lap time in LMU? So look, that was on the road tyres. That was the out lap, and then yeah, we've gone straight back to the 145s, 245s, 245s. That's mad. So, is there a way we can look outside the car? Right. I want to look round the car. Okay, I'm just going to sit from the back so I can see how wide they are. Those tyres there. They're yay wide. Up to the little tow bar there. Just up to the edge of it, right? Vehicle set up. Fueling strategy, road tyres. Apply. Back. Yeah, they ain't no wider at all. It's just a compound change. It's just a slightly better tyre. Not slightly better, loads better. That is, I'm stunned. Because you'd expect actually for that sort of extra performance that you'd just gone from your normal budget road tyres to a fat semi-slick. It's just, that's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Well, okay. Any ideas? So, I'm going to ask you lot out there. It's your choice. So, out of the cars to try. Okay. Or I could say, I was going to say out of the cars to try. What would you like me to try? But seeing as Plodcats is watching and he used to own one, I could try the Audi Sport Quattro. I could try that. What do people think? What do we reckon, folks? Let's have a look now whilst you guys are deciding. Go to all vehicles. I'm going to have a look at the Audi. Whilst, I mean... Yeah, there we are. Such a long snout on them. What do we think, guys? Should we go with the Audi? Everyone must be away from their screen or something. I'll give it 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm going with the Audi. What's it come in though? I've got a blue one there. Yeah, Plodcat says go for it. I'm going for it. Okay. Confirm we want the Audi. I'm going to add it to my cars as well. And I'm just going to change the colours just quickly. Exterior. Custom. One thing they have done with the update, by the way, just to let you know, is there we go, lovely. Now, rather than if there's a car with only 2 liveries, you know how like in Assetto Corsa, the original AC, if a car only had 2 liveries, you'd go online and everyone had, or if it only had 1 livery, everyone had that livery. Apparently now, you can take your custom cars online and they will show up to everyone else. So you can have a different coloured or different customised car to anyone else. I think that's a pretty good thing. Right? Manufacturer colours. Why can't I? Oh, it won't let me customise the colouring. I want to make it orange. Right, we have to just go with the wheels then. Wheel colour, custom. There we go. Golf Racing Team colours. I'm so retro and 70s. Right. Confirm. So we go back to Watkins. Give this car a go. Such long loading times. The good thing about this game engine, and it's the same with ACC as well, I'm getting near enough 60 frames per second, just slightly under with these graphic settings. But unlike most other graphics engines, that doesn't change when you put loads more cars on track. I find with ACC, and I know ACC is on the Unreal Engine, and this is on their own engine, but they are quite related. I mean, there's slightly similar looks to them both. They sort of act the same. In ACC, if I'm getting 60 frames per second with one car on track, I'm getting it with 20 cars on track. So that's a good thing. Right, let's see what we can do with this vehicle. So obviously we've got toes and camera adjustments we can muck about with. No electronics. We've got road tyres here. No ecos or supercar tyres. Okay, alright. And, ooh. That's the first time I've ever seen this. So I've gone into suspension, and there's no suspension settings in here. I've never seen diff settings in AC EVO yet. I've not seen one car where you can adjust the diff. And, you know, you don't even have it up here in power. There's nothing for powertrain. So that's the first time I've seen that. You can adjust the differential coast down the power. Now, why isn't there an extra one here called powertrain? Because that shouldn't be under suspension. There's nothing you can do with it. I just think that's weird. Okay, UI. That's something for Kunos to think about with UI. You can't adjust the dampers and you can't adjust the aero. Fair enough. Right. I haven't made any change. I don't like it when you don't change anything, or you change something and then you change it back. It then still asks you to apply the changes. It's like, well, if you left it the same, you don't need to do that. Right. Okay. So let's jump on in. Right. Let's see how much of the car we can see. Yeah. Plenty of the windscreen there. Right. Let's turn her on. So I've got to ask, Plugcats, have you driven this car in AC Evo yet? Because everyone, Plugcats used to own one of these. All listen to that. Listen to that turbo. There it goes, now kicking in. One thing I do find with AC Evo, the throttle's still a bit weird. I do find it hard to hold a certain amount of revs, but I'm doing okay just there. Look, holding it 20,000. Let's see if I can get up to 30,000 without it going overboard. Yes. Okay, I'm going to try and hold it there. It keeps wanting to go up, but then it stops. They have thought when this first came out, you would hold the throttle at say 30,000 revs there, or 3,000 revs, and it would just keep climbing, and you'd keep the same amount of input. You can see my throttle just there in the green on the near my gear selector there. You can now do that. They've sorted that. Plugcats is now giving the car a go. Right, let's get it out on track. Oh. Oh. My word, what a... On the limiter. What a difference straight away. Straight away from the Golf. Hello. Oh yeah. Okay, what are the brakes like? Oh, it's a bit squirrely under braking. Just cornering is amazing. I'm turning in and I'm adding throttle and it's turning in more, so I'm getting rotation under throttle. It's like under braking. Yeah, plenty. Oh god, a bit too much. Wow. Okay. Shocker, didn't expect that. Literally going in there, tried to put a bit of brake on, it started turning in, really turning in. Right, okay, obviously going to have to be careful with this beastie. Wow. What a shock. Right. Where's my wheel gone? Oh, hang on a minute. That's not right. Ah, I'm not getting the correct wheel rotation on this car. Oh, I know why that'll be. It's because my wheel only does 900 and this will be a 1080. This will be more than 900. That's the only reason. Everything below 900 I get exactly the correct wheel rotation. Right, okay. So, turning under braking. So under braking it is quite nosy. What's it like? Turning under lift off. Yeah, quite a bit. Oh my word. Damn, this thing's... It really... If you're putting a little bit of steering input in under braking and you're turning into the right, it will gradually under braking turn in more. Ever so gradually. What's it like? Straight line, completely straight line. I'm going to try and keep it completely straight. Yeah, it's alright, it's a bit squirrely. But whichever way you're going, it steers right into it. Really good brakes as well. But then also the tyres on this are massive, so it's going to be harder for the brakes to overpower the tyres and lock them up than something like the Golf. This is yeah, this is a lot of fun. And also, I'm really enjoying this because I've got Watkins Glen in lots of sims, but I haven't been. Oh yeah, just let the back end hang out there a little bit under lift off. I haven't been to Watkins Glen in ages, even though I've got it in so many sims, and it's nice to be here. It's a great track, quite a colourful track as well. And one thing I really like about it, the faded turquoisey blue of the Arncos and the wall. As you see, it matches the colour of my car. Actually, I'm using full... okay, there you go. There's a weird one. That's full on brake pressure. That is right, that is full on brake pressure and I can't lock up. That was 100. Look, if you watch my brake widget here in the red near my gear, near the big N, that's 100% brake pressure. I cannot lock up under braking. So let's try that at 50 kilometers per hour, about 60, about 30 miles per hour. No lock up. Let's try at 100. And not uphill as well, because that's not fair. We'll just get to a flat area. Right, so we come down to 100. And there we are. 100 and 100% brake pressure. No lock up. Oh! I love that. That's done really well. Using such a high gear and at such a low speed, and it's almost choking out. I wonder if I can make the car choke out. Right, we're going to get up to 160, 170 and 100% brake pressure. No lock up. Right, can I make the car? I'm going to try going from standing in third. Yeah, you can make the car choke out. I love it. Brilliant. Does anyone else find that weird? I can't lock up at all. Can I lock up round the corner? Yes, I can. How do you... Can you replay that? Was it locking up there? No, it's... Oh, that's weird. The car's janking about all over the place. What's going on there? So are those wheels locking up? No, they're not locking up. Look at the way the car's... That's really... Can you see that? We're getting close to the car. Look at it just bouncing up and down there. What is that all about? Look at it moving about. Look at that there on the track camera. It's just wobbling about. I wonder if that's something to do with DLSS. What do you guys think? Right, okay. Why can't I look up the brakes? Front dipping. Ah! We've got a message from Plugcats here now, who's used to own one of these. And he's saying the front dipping, like it is spot on. Front would lift like you were taking off. Four-wheel drive is about right. Brakes were good. Not that good. Right, Plugcat, you're the guy to ask. Why can't I lock up? Like, surely the brakes were good enough to put enough pressure on. I know they're massive wheels. I mean, let's have another look at her. Can we do the free move? Can't really lower. I can't see how wide they're, but obviously they're big wheels. But why can't I lock up? You must have been able to lock the wheels on yours in a straight line if you slammed on the brakes completely at 30 or 60. Go back to the pit lane. I missed something here. There's nothing you can do. Nothing you can do with the brakes. Nothing you can do with the brakes. Can't adjust brake pressures. It's like they're so hot they're not quite working or something. I do remember, does anyone, you know, do you know if you take the, if you take the GT40, and I mean not a modded one, the standard one that comes with AC original, if you take that out and you brake, no matter what speed you brake at, it will never lock up. You don't even get tyre squeal. The only way you'll get tyre squeal is by going around a corner fast or braking whilst going around a corner fast in that GT40. And I know the GT40 was famous for having shit brakes, but to not even be able to lock up, it's not right. That was in AC. This is AC Evo, and I've got the same thing in this Audi. Does anyone want to make a comment on that? Tell me what you think in the chat. Especially you, Plodcats. Could you lock up your old Quattro? And yeah, the front end is very dippy. Oh look, got that bug where you've lost steering for a bit and force feedback. It's just come back. That is a real oddity. It's not the only sim that does that though, I'll say that now. It's like the brake discs are far too small for the wheel hubs, let alone the tyres. Well, both. So pointy, this thing. It's like you can't. It's like you feel you can't put your pedal down far enough. I mean, it is stopping the car, but yeah, I'm sure it would too, mate. That front end does dip though, doesn't it? And you can certainly feel the four-wheel drive. Yeah, because you get that lovely four-wheel drive slide going on, yes. Love it. Breakaways, you can deal with that, you know. I can go so much faster through there. You really can steer it on the brakes and on the throttle. But if you're already overdoing it and you stick the throttle down, you will get on the throttle understeer as well. But look at that on it. Just to touch the brakes and you come on. It's just this car's fantastic. I can't brake. Oh! Oh! I know what it is! I know what it is. It's got ABS. It's got non-adjustable ABS. I've just felt it through the steering wheel. Why didn't I feel it when I was trying to lock up in a straight line? What happens if I try and lock up again in a straight line? I'm going to feel that ABS? That's a weird thing. I think I can feel it trying to come through the steering wheel, but if you're right in the centre, you can't really feel it. It's only whilst you're cornering can you feel the ABS. It's a non-adjustable ABS system. Plugcats, did your Quattro have non-adjustable ABS? I'll go faster through here this time. Could you hear that? Right, I've got an ABS. Got my ABS button set up that yet? No, you can't. You can't do anything with it. It's an ABS system. But that's why I found it in a straight line. You can barely feel it. It's not until you start turning left or right. That's what it is. That is what it is. Right, let's set another lap and then swap tyres in it. You got a bit of gradual slide, a bit of breakaway slide if you push it in this car, I notice. Right, let's get a lap time in. It has got ABS, confirms. Clubcats. I never knew that the road-going version of the Quattro had like standard non-adjustable ABS. I never knew that. That's why I've always found so weird in AC that the Ford GT40 you can't lock up the brakes, because that ain't got ABS. The original. Got to lift and let that nose dip and then power it. The grip's fantastic. It's just awesome. Oh, bit of swapping between over and understeer there. Pop a four-wheel drive slide there. Do you find it a little bit odd with the sliding. It's either on the slide or not. Like it's very on off. So that's a 216. 216. So let's try those massive steering wheel. Yeah, it has got a big steering wheel in it. But some drivers like that. Let's try those. Let's go for those supercar tyres, see how much difference it makes. So, there we go. So, we have a 216, 1 to beat. Okay. The only thing I do wish, in ACC, if you go back to the pit, get out of the car, but you leave the ignition on, but you switch the engine on, when you get back in the car, the ignition's still on, you don't have to turn it back on again. You just press the starter. In this, if you get out of the car and go to the pits, and adjust your settings in your garage, come back, get in the car, you've then got to ignite it and start it as well. Wish you wouldn't do that. Oh, I was possibly thinking there'd be a huge difference, like there was with the between the Eco and the road car tyres in the Golf. So I've gone into that chicane expecting that, and I don't think it's as big a difference. Yeah, and wide there. Didn't expect it would be breaking away as much on these tyres. So 216, 1.6 to beat. Wow. Wow, I did not expect that. I don't get it. They seem worse. I mean, I did lose it at the chicane there, but that was because I was expecting more grip, but it was a tremendous loss of grip. Give it one more lap. What you expect? I don't know. If the difference, you know, with the difference between the eco tyres and the road tyres being so massive, like 4 seconds different on a car where stuff like that shouldn't make that much massive difference, you'd expect the difference between the road car and super tyre cars on this to be huge, but I'm not getting that. I don't even feel that much faster, if anything. I feel like if you drive them nice and smooth, I think if you stay slightly under the limit, they've got better grip. That's what it is. That's what it is. See, with the Golf, the time difference was so big, you'd expect it was like going from normal road tyres to semi-slicks. But it didn't feel like I just had more grip. It didn't feel like semi-slicks though compared to roads. With this, the nature of the driving between the road tyres and the supercar tyres, it feels like going from road car tyres to something like semi-slicks or high performance stiffer sidewall tyres. It feels like that because the breakaway angle, you can feel as we can see, these are definitely faster, but you can feel a stiffer sidewall, you can feel a smaller window for slip between grip and breakaway. $2.13. Handbrake. Why can't you do that famous four-wheel drive spin on the circle thing? It's not having it. It's not having it. Surely you should be able to do that. That's a bit weird. Right, I'm going to just do... Back to the pit lane. What time are we looking at here? It's nearly 6 o'clock. Right, so we come back. Let's just change those back to the roads. So a 216 on the roads. And then we got it down to a 214 and a 213.5. 213.5 on the supercar tyres, which definitely feel more like stiff sidewall, high performance, less tread tyres. Let's just see what we can get with one more lap on the road car tyres. Definitely a bit more slippery, but it's more gradual. If I try and drive these nice and smooth, it feels like you drive these tyres in a different way, maybe. wasn't a great gear change by me, by the way. Oh! I got it wide. There's a lot less grip on the outside of the track there. I like that. You can... Looks like what they're doing with the live track technology is working, because there's a lot less grip on the outside of the track there than there was on the inside. And it is trying to drift out wider but the tug and the breakaway is so much more gradual on these tyres. Yeah, they are definitely slower tyres. Not. It's just not as dramatic a difference between the lap times that I was. Yeah, it's another 2:16. Okay, it's not as different. The feeling of the tyres between the road car tyres and the hypercar tyres, they feel like a very differently constructed tyre. Whereas in the Golf, there was a huge difference in grip, but it didn't. Yeah, it was. I don't know, it just felt like maybe the difference between a bias plier and a soggy radial. Certainly not. This feels like going from a decent radial to a stiffer sidewall, almost, not quite maybe semi-slick, but at least performance tyre. Yeah. But anyway, the Audi's freaking amazing. Let me just see. Why can't I use the... I can't look around the car. Right, next time I run this, I've got to get these free roam cameras completely sorted out, so I can really move about a bit. It's just... Right. So, how are we doing? Stream wise, how long will we be going? Right. Okay. Well, that's 2 cars tried out. Let's come out. Oh, hello, Plogcats. You come back in the chat. You tried the update for Project Motor Racing, and it's getting better. So what's improved then? What's the big change? What's improved? Meanwhile, whilst you're answering that, I'm just gonna have a look at that car list again. So we tried 2 road cars there. We've got a GT3 we could try out. a racing car. We've got the Zalaras. Takes so long for each car to come up. That's a Dallara EXP. I've got no experience of those though. Never driven one of those in a sim. But I am very interested. But I mean, with the Porsche GT3, it's the GT3 RS, proper sports car. And there's two versions available. There's Toyota A86. Oh no, sorry. It's got to be the AE86. Got to try that. It's got to be done. And the question, of course, is will it drift? Right, that's what's going to be done. Then maybe a race car. So, black limited edition. So there's no different versions of this. Don't do that. Where's it all gone? There's no. Is there a different actual trims of it? So what's this one? Let's have a look. Change over then. Have a look at the limited edition. The trims are definitely different. Because when you got your lights down here, no side skirts. This one's lights different side skirts. Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with that. I'm not going to bother customising it for the moment. I'm not going to waste time with that. I'm just going to... Ooh. I want to know if this car will drift, so... Watkins Glen isn't the best track for that. Cota's alright. Let's have a look here. Laguna's alright for it. Fuji's alright for it. As is Suzuka. How many different... There's only just... Can we use the shorter layout of Suzuka maybe? Yeah. Right. Okay. Will it drift? The legendary AE86. It'd be interesting to see what you can do with this car, setup wise, as well as what you can do with it driving wise. Not even tried Paul Ricard yet. New track. Anyway, whilst it's loading, if you're watching out there and you've been enjoying this and you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, please. This channel, believe me, needs all the help it can get. And, yeah. Give us a like. Someone smash me a like. Someone give me a thumbs up. Right, let's have a look. So no camber adjustments whatsoever, just toes, yeah. What? Oh, looks like we got 3 different sets of tyres we can use here. So we got Eco, Road, and Supercar. Right, let's go for the Ecos first. 3 different sets of tyres, like that. Nothing else is adjustable. Okay, fine. And right hand drive, yeah. Right, okay. Okay, right, that's about right. Hello folks, thanks for keeping the car running nicely. Right. This is another beyond 900 degree wheel because it's going further than mine. Oh! What a sound. What, I love it. I love the sound. Okay. Oh, got a warning for speeding. On a racetrack. What do you expect? Okay, it's hard to induce one. Have to use a bit of handbrake. Okay. It certainly will drift. It certainly will drift. Who's a happy boy then? Oh, the brakes are very sensitive indeed. Needs a bit of help though, maybe a bit of handbrake. Try a bit of handbrake help. Yeah. Tiny bit, yeah, it's lacking down on power, but it certainly will drift. Oh, understeer there though. Try on the transition. Just needs a little bit of a handbrake kick. Oh, It's hard at the moment because I keep hitting the wrong buttons because I'm trying to use the spacebar as a handbrake because I don't have a handbrake. Vlogcats has got one for me, but I haven't got over to Cambridge to pick it up yet. But it definitely needs a hand. This is a big track. And these corners are high speed. There you go. Using a little bit of Scandi and then lift off and then dab a brake as it turns in, that helps. And then back on the power and there you go. A nice control drift. How's that looking? Oh yeah. The beautiful car models. Just didn't have the power to kick out the back. It drifts. It drifts. That's what you want to know with an AE86. Can it drift? Right, so that's the eco tyres. Oh, look, a pit lane. I'm getting lost here. What will the roads be like? I'm expecting it to be even harder to drift on these, with these being, you know, more grippy. Oh, I'm very happy with that one though. That one the same. Without it's having a properly modded engine in it, you know, with a bit more horsepower. Very weak handbrake on this. I know drifters love these cars, but they do get modded heavily, and yeah, the balance of it and everything is good, but standard handbrake not very good, and just not enough power. And of course it'll be a, you know, a road car diff, not a welded one, but even with your normal road car diff for short wheelbase, it is, they're not a long wheelbase, which, you know, a lot of people go for drifting. Definitely harder to drift on the road tyres. Right, I have to know what the supercar tyres with their sharper breakaway angle. Better grip, but sharper breakaway angle. Let's see what that'll be like. Let's see now, let's see. There we go. Let's try it out. Just noticed how cold those supercar tyres are. This isn't going to be easy. Oh yeah, the breakaway angle's much bigger, but sharper rather. But the grip before then. Yeah, no. They definitely do act more like semi-slicks, those tyres. Yeah, that's it's just too much grip for this engine. And I've just noticed something. I'm going to see if it's a thing or not. Bear with me. There we go. Yeah, they definitely are like semi-slicks, because if you look, these are starting off at 40 degrees, these eco tyres. And if I absolutely burn out the crikey from them, yeah, it's still saying they're within their window. They're getting, you know, I like the fact that you get your core temps and then, you know, your flash temps as well around the edges there. They stayed at between 40 and 50 for ages. I've just burnt out for ages, and they've not changed too much in temperature. Whereas you go to your road tyres, which just should be and just feel like better road tyres. They're starting off within a 40 degree window, and it's saying that they're green. It's saying that's optimum for them. Grippier, can't get away with second gear with these doing all this. And then if I do a proper stand on the brakes burnout, yeah, more grip, a bit harder for the engine and the clutch, but yeah, same thing. Now, go to your hypercar tyres, or your supercar tyres, and it's a completely different thing. I don't know if anyone else has noticed this. So, supercar tyres. Now, these really are acting like just really high-end, stiff sidewall, low tread, high performance tyres, or almost like, you know, road legal semi-slicks. Because look, apply that. And look, they start at 40 degrees, and yet it's telling us that's too cold for them. It's not a good temperature for them. And now if I burn the hell out of them, not in third gear maybe. Now look at how rapidly they're changing temperature. They're up to 70 already. And it's the rears we're looking at here, obviously. Yeah, they are much more like semi-slicks. But now they're all settling down to, you know, like a 70 degree operating temperature. So grippy. .65. I doubt those road tyres would ever get just at normal driving like this. I mean, hard driving, but normal driving, I don't reckon they'd get much out of their starting temperatures. You know, like normal road tyres, 5 or 10 degrees hotter maybe. Yeah. Yeah, so like the Ecos. Not Not much temperature change at all. And then when you start normal driving, right, not, oh, this, wow. This game just don't run smooth. Oh. My phone's ringing. Bear with. Phone you back. Yeah. Yeah, the rear's not got above 52 entire lap. I'm driving them just till they reach their limit. Obviously these eco tyres, so cornering speeds are a lot lower than the supercars. These act like normal road tyres, which is why you can do stuff like this. I can't even clutch kick it round that last corner, it's just... I wonder, am I brave enough? Oh, wouldn't quite go all the way. Right. Oh, this car with a bit more power. Different diff. That's gonna be a lot of fun. Oh, that was a bit weird. Okay, right. Okay, so I'm thinking about that phone call now, aren't I? Back to the pit lane. What do we know? What do we know? Okay. Well, I don't know. Well, I think that finishes with a flurry. How long have we been going now? Can't see how long we've been going. Oh, hang on. I've been missing out on who's in chat. Marty. Hello, Marty. Sorry, I didn't notice you'd been in chat there. Who else is that? Sorry, mate. I totally missed you. Yeah, you can tweak the FFB. Yeah, I played with it quite a few times. I've sort of settled with what I've got at the moment, but I'm I'm thinking there are certain things that I can do, but I need time to just sit with one car, one track on my own and just try all of the different settings, because it's so finite. I need to go out and do a lap, and I need to go out, change it after a lap, see how that feels, try and do a drift, see how it returns, all of the little aspects of driving, you know, that you want to try out. I think for one last run for tonight, or for this stream at least, I need to try out and see what a proper racing car feels like out of the new cars. And the closest we got to that, well, I suppose it's going to be between the Dallara and the 911. I'll go with the Dallara. I don't have experience in this, but it looks just the proper track racer, doesn't it? Let's give that a quick go. Amazing looking thing. Absolutely lovely. And we'll go back to Watkins Glen for this. Just whilst it's doing that. Wow, this is taking a long time to load. Come on now. Right, okay. Alright, what can you do with this one? Oh, we got traction control, we got ABS. Even got electronic stability control. Let's see what it's like with all of that off, because that's me. I always like to try it first with all of that off. We got slicks, we got wets. Yeah, it's a proper race car. So we've got anti-roll bars and brake biases we can play with there. Dampers we can play with. Aero we can play with. Apart from the electronics, just going to leave it on standard. Let's go out and see what a racing car feels like in this new version. Okay. So, okay. Okay, let's get it started up. Wow, reasonably large flywheel on the engine for a car like this. Okay. Oh, do you like that sound? Flappy paddle gearbox. Oh! Oh! It's an automatic clutch car. There's no clutch. Wow. Marty, have you been getting in a bit more racing before you take that rig down? Wow. After driving the road cars, this just feels terrifyingly fast. Brakes are phenomenal. I've kicked the back end out a few, not kicked out, gradually come out a few times. My God, what happens if I really chuck it one? No, the back end's gripping. Christ, how on earth do you get the... There we go, that's how the back end comes out. Oh. I just had to know, that's all. Okay, so with this car, back end comes out and that's it, you're done for. Sorry, I had to do that. I'll get back to driving it sensibly. Crikey. You can't look up. Oh, yeah, you can. Okay. And you can flat spot it. So stiff compared to, you know, what I've been driving. The difference between this and the road cars. Oh! Whoa, it doesn't... I'm trying to read what I've just seen in the chat, which is why I've been going a little bit off track. Just slow down for a bit. Car looks good in VR, it's just everything, track and other cars look terrible. What do you mean in AC Evo? I'm finding the way it runs is not smooth. I wonder what it'd be like if you used a bit of vertical sync, but I don't like using vertical sync. I don't like. And I've got other games that run perfectly smooth without it, and the frame rates here are not bad. It just doesn't run right. Crikey, just getting used to the brake distances in this is... You can brake so late. And so hard. Oh, the lift-off steering, this is fantastic. Bit too fantastic, as I just found out. Right, okay, that's a good place to end it, because it is now tea time. I've also got a reply to that phone call. And that's a good near enough 3 hours of exploring the new update. I can do more on this, either later on, or there's tomorrow, In the meantime, whilst I am offline, I also need a break because my bum's getting sore on this seat. It's I do love my next level racing seat, the FGT, but it is hard on the bum. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I'm not noticing much difference, you know, in the update, apart from maybe the grip around different areas of the track. It's definitely a lot less grippy on certain areas of the track, and they did say that they're working on that. And also, the big thing I've noticed, the huge difference between the tyres. Really big difference. Oh, that just looks fantastic. Look at that, the graphics on that. Just awesome, the textures. Anyway, right, so anyway, I want to say thank you to everyone who's watched the stream. Yeah, anyone who gives us a sub or a thumbs up, thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed that. I'm looking forward to doing more of this, more of LMU, and at some point see when that update comes out. And I need to do this for Nonny Rat, bit of AC Rally, which Nonny Rat, if you're listening, I still haven't opened it, only just to get an ABS window for it. I've deliberately held off. If that update don't come soon, I'm going to have to do a first impressions. I want to do a proper first ever impressions, like I've done with this today. But this isn't brand new to me. Obviously, it's just new cars. But I want to do the first impressions one with, you know, first time opening up the game is AC Rally. Anyway, cheers everyone, and I'll see you soon. I'm going to go and have some dinner. And yeah, happy sim racing.